So we want to pick the lesson. This is a direct representation of our society. Running away from your issues. We are assuming you're in a house. You have issues within your house, but you don't want to sort them out with the people who are relevant to that house, your wife, your children. So you leave, go and vent somewhere in a bar, or go and complain to your neighbor. So your neighbor has told you, go back to your house. Yes. Your neighbor has just told you, enda ukae home, sort out na hazi yako.
Mwenda kumwambia nini?
Unaenda kupika. Hata si msafi sana. Hata sifurahi vile.
Boss, pigi pasi
vizuri. This is a direct reflection of our society. And if our kids get to know that we can go and solve our issues outside, it shows we don't have capacity locally. This is the message we are sending. You'll see me in court. See me in court. Uko nje. And there is a higher court. What has that court said about our system? It has said this. In an advisory that will put a damper on aggrieved Kenyans, the Supreme Court has declared that the Kenyan Constitution is supreme.
Wow.
And has placed it as the final arbiter of disputes involving Kenya and her citizens.
Game shot.
So where will you run to again?
ICC?
Boss, that one now. I wish Khan was listening to this. I don't know if it was a slip of tongue. He actually gave us data that we have been grappling with for years. ICC was made for us. ICC was made for Africa.
That's what came out.
That's what came out. ICC was made for Africa, and it's clear. We don't need to go to those stats.
Yes. Israel was
after you know what happened.
Warrants of arrest.
Yes, warrants of arrest were issued. This court was set up just to keep Africans in check. Violence against genocide. Those are discussions which should not even arise. Boss, we can handle our matters
like Rwanda did.
Yes, we can handle our matters. The picture and scenario we want to send back is that we have capacity, we have the goodwill to sort out our matters, and this has come out very clear. The East African Court has thrown it back. Go back to your guys. Rudi huko. In fact, hiyo yenye ilikufunga tunaitambua kuliko hata hii tunatumia. They have said it. They have placed Kenya's constitution is supreme and has placed it as the final arbiter. Yani wewe akikumalizia mambo yako. Wewe that's all we are saying. But this is a culture that we need to build and have capacity for. Sorting out our matters.
Hata kwetu kwa
manyumba, kwa shule, kwa in groups, kwanza nyumbani.
You know, banaki inanipatia ka through pass kwa hiyo story nilikuwa naambia. Like I said, ile kitu iliniumiza kwa hiyo kisanga is how everyone was trying to, including men, wananiambia
trying to justify.
We JG we uba yako ni osko.
Did I mention you are part of this problem?
Yes.
I told you, Jimmy, we have a role to play there. And this issue of saying that, it's the women, it's the single mothers, in fact, I was told they're not called single mothers anymore. They're called motherboards. They're called motherboards. Because they handle a lot of activities. Motherboard. We need to give them respect.
But I think Jimmy,
we need to give them respect.
Ladies, I understand. You're a woman. You don't know how a man does his stuff.
Know.
So you'll teach your kid naturally what you know. But I guess you can find a man.
You can.
It doesn't have to be relational, but let him be able to talk to your son about being a man. Because there's something called being a man.
A man.
And we need a man to teach us how to be a man. Because you leave the maternity wing, umezaliwa sayo.
Yes.
Then you go the Sunday school teacher, normally is a lady.
Yes.
Ukienda pale kwa
for obvious reasons.
The lower classes, chekechea. most of them are women, and they're very good at it.
Yes.
They know how to connect with the kids.
Yes.
Very good.
But the boy child, where is he
Who
getting
tells
to
me
interact?
stand upright?
Akitoka nyumbani, mzee hayuko, right? When he comes to school, it's a lady teaching him. And this lady, as much as she can try, she is not a man. She doesn't understand
Vice versa.
the mindset of a man.
Of a man.
So when they start arguing and throw a few punches, I'm like, no, you should sit and talk.
Can't do that.
But at that age, your adrenaline and testosterone is just telling you this how to solve issues. A man will tell them, wacha shikane kidogo, lakini wasiumizane, waheshimiane.
Yes.
You get? And that thing is over. But not even competitive sports. Boss, do you know nowadays, you go for a swimming competition and you have a certificate of participation. What is that?
What the rubbish is that?
Either number 1, number 2, number 3, or number last.
Yes.
History of participation.
I see it in
Why? What's wrong with that?
Wait,
Competition
is a man thing.
The best.
That's how you bring out the best.
Jimmy.
There's nothing wrong in it. You don't have to be the best in everything.
You can't.
You don't have to be the best in swimming, the best in class, the best. No, you can't. But there's something you're good at. Identify that. Be number 1 at it. Don't get certificates for everything because you just show up. Because you become lazy.
Oh my
You said a very good point. I once attended a school gala where they had more trophies than drinks. They had more trophies than water bottles. I'm like, hey, this school must have serious achievers. Yeah, until I watched what was happening.
What was that?
These are weak kids. You're normalizing mediocre.
Yeah. They don't feel bad.
They don't feel bad.
And participate.
It's okay to be number last.
But
it's okay.
See, I came back with a trophy. This is nonsense. You didn't win anything.
You participated.
Here. You participated.
You got it because I dropped you there.
That is not how boys are raised.
No, that's not how we raise boys.
None.
You don't get a trophy because I dropped you to school.
I dropped you to school?
One time I told my kids, let me just say this. I told them, okay, I'm coming to school for Parents' Day, but I'll be coming to clap for others.
Those ones are not coming.
I want to come and clap for you. And believe you me, they made sure they did it.
It's just something you create.
But now they know in themselves, I can do it.
I can do it.
So tomorrow I don't need my father to come and clap. I know
why am I
can
coming
do
to your
it.
club?
The mother probably would have told them, yeah, and Denny, I'll come with sandwiches. I'll come with cookies and sandwiches. And it's good. That's a mother's love.
Yes,
that's
a mother's love.
That's okay. But there's a father's love that is consequential. You achieve stuff. You don't get stuff because you are.
Because you are. Oh,
that is the world. You don't get stuff because you are. For a man, you have to go out there and achieve, then get your certificate. It's meritocracy.
Meritocracy.
Right? But we can't be giving you. And I understand. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with what women are doing, and it's a good thing.
I see what you mean.
It's the way they are. As a boy needs to be brought up and to be allowed to be a boy.
I'll just say this, Jimmy. We need each other, because even a boy who's exposed to too much testosterone has flaws, can turn out wrong.
Yeah, true.
He needs to be reminded that there's empathy. There's.
Let me ask you a question.
There's money.
This saying asiyefunzwa na mamaye yofunzwa na ulimwengu.
Ulimwengu is a slap.
Why do they say asiyefunzwa na wazazi?
Na wazazi ama baba
Sababu the first love is your mother's love.
Your mother's.
Yeah, that unconditional
love. Your love. That's unconditional.
Yes.
But you have to get to a point
now
that doesn't teach you.
Now there's the world.
I think Babaka I think was the meritocracy out there.
Jimmy, have you had this thing being spun around fear women?
Yes.
I'll actually be very honest with that. Those are victims of the fake commuter system. Fair. That's what we call the fake commuter system. You actually want to make us feel your nonsense
and fear
it. Yeah, I don't.
Because you feel somewhere.
Actually, more like revere it.
So you should give you a certificate of participation.
Yes.
In inviting a girl to your place.
When she didn't come.
So she tell you what they saw.
I don't participate in those Paralympics. Not Paralympics. Those kind of discussions. No. This is an issue where you have failed and you don't want to take ownership.
Yes.
And I keep saying it. Men, we are responsible for 75% of our problems.
In a relationship.
Not in a relationship, even for yourself. Let's leave them out of this. It's not a relationship. We men And let me give you a very simple example. You're seated somewhere. You're seated in a bar. You have friends here. You know very well your chick is coming.
Yes.
But you've seen wildlife.
Yes.
And you know it's not possible.
Yes.
My chick is coming in 30. So when you
Kabla afike hiyo 30.
now you see.
Let's put a number.
You see? You see? When I tell you, don't, this issue of fear women, these are victims of the fake computer system. But the real actors out here will tell you, fear men. With a lot of reverence. Fear men.
No,
me, I know
no,
men.
me, I'd say fear women, revere men.
Revere. Thank you, Abu, for that clarification. Fear women, revere men. Abu, there are pilots in this city who've never been to Wilson. Who've never been to JKI. They are pilots. They are walking these streets with 2 families. Aye. What do you mean?
Is that a figure of speech? Are you saying
not a figure of speech?
there are pilots who've never...
When I tell you fear women, revere men. there are engineers in this city who have never built a solid rock. None. And I tell you, fear men with a lot of reverence. And this thing, let me break it down lower. Go to any high school. That's when you're budding.
Yes.
Testosterone, estrogen is really disturbing the kids. Take the occurrence book in public school boys. Take the occurrence book in public school girls. Then you'll see what I'm saying. You'll get to understand.
Tell us.
Let me tell you. I'll give you my example. We were 800 boys in high school.
800.
800 within 6 acres of land. Maybe 6 to 10 acres, because the other one was a farm. We have been restricted here with something close to barbed wire, chain link.
That doesn't really work.
That does not really work.
The post is broken.
Post is leaning.
Yeah.
So what do? I'm telling you, if you go through those occurrences, you will actually find out that boys are one part of society you can always depend on for ingenuity, mischief and acts of valor. I'm telling you the truth. So as you talk of fear women, revere men. We don't want to go much into chest stamping and bloating. No, we need each other. So when you spin that narrative, fear women, you're actually the weak one. And you realize it's men sending these messages.
Yes.
And how to tell men, don't send those messages. Those people you're telling us to fear are our mothers.
Our sisters.
They're our wives.
And actually, the ones who are supposed to be running the show.
They should be running.
Means you're being run.
Yes, you're being run.
Means you're being run.
If you're a man,
and it's not supposed to be
if you're a man and you keep sending us those messages.
Here is a funny thing.
Yes.
There's something I saw on, I think, was it TikTok? And somebody was saying, men, let me try and remember. So, jeez. I remember. I remember.
Don't worry. But the point you're trying to get through is this: that the moment you start looking at the other person as not fair,
yes, nimekumbuka. So this was a woman talking, and she says, a woman will respect a man who stands his ground. A woman will respect, in fact prefers, a man who will lead. A woman respects a man who is not weak.
Jimmy, let me...
Hiyo kitu boss, yani, and it's a whole narrative.
Let me tell you.
About things that men think or women, and this woman says, let's get this straight. Yeah? This is what women want in a man.
I'll break it down.
Respect, simply. It's because you stand your ground. I want to be,
you need to be focused, Jimmy.
Yes.
You need never to lose your focus.
Please don't.
And decide, now I've lost my focus. She came to you because you had an idea where you wanted to go. Then
but now you're losing
and start now following her. Mom, unataka nini?
So now you don't even...
You lose her.
Jimmy,
you lose yourself, you lose her.
Lead.
Yeah, you lead.
Abu.
And if you don't want to go where you're going, figure it out. Don't stay there telling us fear women.
Fear women. Don't give us those
If she doesn't want to follow you, figure it out.
Keep your path.
Keep your path, move on. Jimmy, I'll remind you, there's nothing more attractive in men than machismo.
Yes. Fact.
It's a fact.
Yes.
You cannot fight
And
with
machismo is not violent.
No, it's not
Machismo
violence.
is not
No,
violence.
it's not.
Machismo is not nothing to do with violence. Just your posture, your confidence, the words, just what comes out of you, your energy. That is 95% estrogen done. Umemaliza hao. So you have a 5% just to cover. Then you're fucking tough.
You've lost it.
You've lost it. You are actually there. You are actually there, but you messed it up.
Panacheza.
Yeah, man. Shit's gone.